Here come Cork again. Niall McCarthy is calling for it, unmarked. Stepping by Kieran O'Rourke. Makes an angle for himself, tries to send it back outside for his Pat Horgan. Horgan wins the tussle when he really shouldn't have. Still Horgan tries to get a touch to it. The referee blows his whistle and it's another penalty. It was a ball really that Limerick should have cleared. Is this a case of deja vu? Here's Horgan, second penalty. Stopped brilliantly. A vital save. Brilliantly stopped by Tyke Flynn. Anthony Owens. Nice ball inside for us. O'Brien bearing down on goal. It's inside, the referee blows his whistle. Is there a push inside the large rectangle? There is, and there's a penalty for Limerick. Well, after the exchange of the verbals between Paudie McNamara and Donal O'Grady, let's see what McNamara has. Hits it low, saved by Donal. Put back in. It's still there for Limerick, but Cork converge on the slither. And they move forward out towards the sideline, much to the delight of the home support. Stopped by Donal O'Grady. Cleared eventually. Hefty challenge on Hurley. And tempers are becoming frayed. And the referee will be called into stern action here, I feel. Most unsavoury. Game played in sporting fashion up to now. It was a hefty challenge on Hurley that started the rumpus. And the action and the colour of the card is going to be interesting. It's a straight red.
I can never look.
Here's Graham Mulcahy. Difficult enough angle. That is a great score by Mulcahy. 3 points from play. But he really is an impressive hurler. Runs kindly for John Gardner. Sends it back. Right smack between the posts. Easy point for the Pearship man. Niall McCarthy, without any pressure or hustle, gets his third point of the game. Easy ball for McCarthy, easy score. Graham Mulcahy getting inside the Cork cover, sending it across the face of the goal. It was a touch. Graham Mulcahy got inside O'Neill here. Despite his difficult angle, yes, good save by Donal O'Grady. Clear message for the Limerick County Board and officials and delegates. Michael Cusson. Referee says play on. Paudie O'Sullivan turns on David Green. There's only one thing on his mind. Can he do it? He can. Did well, battled it past goalkeeper Tyke Flynn. Once he turned David Green, it was trouble for Limerick with a capital T. Ronan Curran.
At least 1 minute.
Frankie Murphy. Looks good. It's his second point of this Munster semi-final. The referee blows the full-time whistle. Cork, without ever going into top gear, are through to the Munster final. Full-time score in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, Cork 219, Limerick 12 points.
Again, we probably a bit like the league final, played as maybe a 9 or 10 man team rather than a 15-man game, which we did against Tipperary. And that to me would be the main thing. But we had a few outstanding performances today, and I'm pleased with that.
So we're just looking forward to Waterford now in 3 weeks' time. Like, we know Waterford's going to be an absolute huge battle. Like I think every time we play them, there's a puck of the ball in it, and the prize is huge. Like, you beat Waterford, you're through to a semi-final in Ireland. You lose, you're in a quarter-final, and we're no different to any team. We want to go straight in the front door.
Look, we're disappointed coming down here. We're proud Hurling County. And there's some great lads in that dressing room, and we have to come in thinking we have a great chance to win, and of course we won't be disappointed. It's Munster Championship, and Limerick's record in the Munster Championship in the last decade isn't good enough, and we're proud of Hurling County, and we'll just have to work at that, and hopefully next year we can give the Munster Championship a better rattle.
Next year is an interesting year for Limerick, but before we chat about Limerick, Donal, what about Cork? It was no win for them, really, was it?
No, and it's very, very difficult to get up for a game like that, because you're expected to win, and you know deep down that, look, no matter how good or bad you play, you're going to get over this one, and that means your focus is going to drop then. And Cork, to an extent, went through the motions, played half, three-quarter pace. Like, wouldn't have done against Tipper, wouldn't do against Waterford, but it was good enough to beat Limerick today.
So what did you pick out then?
Well, I thought early on the only hope Limerick had was a good start, and Isaac Alpine picked out Pat Horgan here with a nice little pass, and once he was pulled down, ended up as a penalty. And Pat Horgan is very good at striking these, and there's no question but that it was a penalty. Hit it very well to the left of the keeper, up to the right corner back where he was, and great goal, and that put Limerick under pressure. So Cork were able to pick out the little points at will. Really good point there by Niall McCarthy to Jerry O'Connor, and then just support out of the play, and the simple little thing, right? But Cork, this was at the end of the first half. Now it began to, a bit of self-indulgence, and this, Ben O'Connor's well capable of knocking 65s over the bar, and gives it to Lachlan McLaughlin eventually, and the ball is struck wide. And if you were a manager on the line, like, you'd be cracking up over this. And the next clip, hitting aimless balls in and whatever else. Like, Dennis Walsh, I think, will be glad, because they'll have come down from the high of Tip, and now they can get back up for the Waterford game, and there's enough there to go through with the players to, kicks in the backside here and there, So they'll have
a tough week or two training. Tommy, have you sympathy for Cork in that situation?
Well, I don't know if I have sympathy for him. You have to play whoever's in front of you. But they were very professional and very clinical, but they didn't have to get out of second gear. So, they're not going to, I don't think they're going to read too much into the game today. You couldn't, because unfortunately Limerick were very lightweight and just weren't really up to it,
We'll talk about the Limerick situation in a moment. Donal, you looked at Limerick for us as well, just...
I did this, and in fairness to the lads that were out there, they gave a wholehearted display. But in the first half, when you come down in a situation where Limerick is like, you have to take every opportunity, and that was a good gilt-edge opportunity to hit it well enough, but he hit it straight at Donal O'Grady. Simple free effort here from Paddy McNamara wide. At any level you should be knocking those over the bar. And this, of course, was was unfortunate, I suppose. Sean Hurley, heavy tackle. He should have stayed down there, got his free, knocked it over the bar, but swung back. Could have hit anybody. And it was a correct decision, Des. It was very easy for James Owens, because and then you had a great stop here by Kieran O'Rourke, who was very impressive left corner back, and as well as that, Graham Mulcahy played very, very well in the corner, knocked over 3 points. So these will be players of the future, but it was a little unfair, I think, to put them into this cauldron, and how it'll affect their development is a big question. And of course, that banner maybe says it all. What's going to happen for next year, because this year is over for them anyway.
Without getting into the whole debate of the season that's gone, Ger, but that sign shows the frustration, and there were lots of Limerick supporters there today.
Yeah, you see,
it was a third choice team in effect, was it?
It was terrible, and even yesterday when I was at the Cahill talking to different people, they were totally disgusted, even though they're not from Limerick, because the Munster Championship is kind of sacred to everybody, and everybody wants to see big games in the Munster Championship. 13,000 there at Limerick and Cork, one of the big rivalries in Munster. It's terrible to see it, but if you ask anyone a solution, they're all saying the Limerick County Board. The Limerick County Board are not going to solve this, because the Limerick County Board is made up of fellas who are genuine. They're not devious in any way, but they're the type of fellas you would have in charge of a junior B team. You wouldn't put them near a senior team. Honest, people, but they haven't the ability to solve this. So the solution,
who can solve
the
it?
solution has to come from the outside. I mean, the GAA have to take responsibility. That one of the units, one of the family, as they call it, one of the family has gone astray, and who can sort it out? Only a higher authority. And the higher authority has to be Croke Park. And I think Paul Duffy and Christy Cooney, you know, and I like both of them now. I think they have a huge responsibility to get people around the table and to sort this out, and to sort it out very, very quickly, because there is a big danger that Justin could be there for the next 2 years, and that will bring about the total destruction, because you saw the other team today, they tried very hard, they were honest guys, but they're way below the standard, and you know, the spin will put on it, oh, give these a few more years and Limerick will have a team. They won't have a team, they won't be as good as that again.
If Christy Cooney and Porrick go down and say, whatever, remove him or stop the play